In an era where almost everything becomes a controversy, no surprises that India's official entry to the Oscars has become one too. Shreya Chello is a Gujarati film about the love affair of a young boy with cinema. It was unanimously picked as India's entry by the FFI jury. Now, there was almost instant heartburn in Telangana, where Minister KTR took umbrage over the fact that Telugu film RRR lost out to the race despite being such a huge global hit. And then, of course, started the war of words on Twitter. Calling Gujarat the epicenter of Modiverse, KTR said BJP leaders from Telangana are not courageous enough to demand Telangana's rights, saying, and I quote, ever ready to carry chappals of their Gujarati bosses but can't summon the courage to demand Telangana's rights. And the right being, well, that RRR should have been India's official pick for the Oscars. BJP's Amit Malviya shot off a counter tweet calling KCR a dud like Liger and KTR Aurangzeb for some reason. Juvenile, yes, but well, it is what it is. Let me go straight across to our guests who are joining us this evening. We have Sridhar Reddy, who's a leader of the TRS, joining us on the broadcast. SS Sriram is a political analyst, and Ravi Rai is a film and television writer. Mr. Sridhar Reddy, please explain this umbrage to me. There is a jury in place. That jury doesn't come from Gujarat. It's a pan-India jury. There are 13 films in contention, including Brahmastra, including RRR, including Kashmir Files, just by the way, which the government backed wholeheartedly. And yet, there is a small Gujarati film that is picked on its merit, and it's unanimously picked. Why this heartburn, sir? This is India's entry that is going to the Oscars. You should have backed it instead of creating such a big controversy and hullabaloo over it, sir.
Burning at the same time, we don't want to politicize the issue. At the same time, of Cello Show for getting it nominated. We are not trying to politicize. The issue is that everything goes to others. The problem. Yeah, the doubt of the people of this country is whatever whatever comes to India. The Chinese president comes in. Unlike the past, the meetings will happen in Gujarat. And just a few weeks back, the Vedanta Foxconn, a huge company supposed to be set up in Maharashtra, shifts to Gujarat. It's supposed to be set up in Telangana. It never happens. But Gujarat gets a locomotive factory and a center, which was supposed to be set up in Telangana, getting shifted to Gujarat. And at the same time, there are many other things, and we have set up a international arbitration center in Hyderabad. Again, in Gujarat, you get a competition in Gift City. So the issue is, the doubts are there with the people of the country that since Amit Shah ji, as well Modi from Gujarat, everything goes to Gujarat.
Okay, so Mr. Sridhar Reddy, will try and fix your audio. I don't know, we seem to be having an audio issue today. So we are going to fix your audio, but you are making a larger point. You're telling me that this is not just about this one film, a Gujarati film being India's entry into the Oscars. It is about how everything that comes into this country goes to Gujarat. The point I will make is that the last time a Gujarati film was sent as India's official entry into the Oscars was in 2013, and that is when the BJP was not in power. So is it something fair to say? And when you say don't politicize it, who's politicizing it? It's the TRS that has politicized it. Anyhow, Mr. SS Sriram, please respond to that.
I mean, it's absolutely Modi-phobia with TRS. I mean, he's talking about the Chinese president meet happened in Mahabalipuram. That was in Tamil Nadu. In fact, the world chess competition again happened in Chennai. It did not happen in Gujarat. I mean, I really don't understand why and what sort of a mindset to create, to have a political twist to anything and everything. I mean, Vedanta went to Gujarat because that state government were able to convince them them to come to Gujarat? Who stopped them from not able to KTR to ensure that they come to Telangana instead of Gujarat? I think this is a losing story. Probably they feel that Telangana, they're feeling the heat of BJP in Telangana. So somewhere they want to give it a regional twist or the local twist to everything to ensure that they try to create some sort of a bad blood against BJP. Probably that's the only desperate attempt is what I'm able to see in this.
I wonder whether we've been able to fix Mr. Reddy's connection. Okay, my producer says we've still not been successful in doing that. But Ravi, I come in here. Help us understand whether there is room for biases when you are selecting India's entry to the Oscars. I mean, I have some examples, and I'll base my question to you on that, on biases. You know, there was a time in, I think, what was the year? The year was 2013. Everyone thought that Lunchbox was a super film, and yet India's official entry was a Gujarati film called The Good Road. Again, this was in 2013. This is not when the BJP was in power. But generally speaking, everyone thought that the Lunchbox was a better film that should have gone. 2007 again, dating back to 2007, you remember Amitabh Bachchan's film Eklavya the Royal Guard? That was India's selection to the Oscars. That year, the very same year, you had a fantastic film that had released called Dharm. That didn't make it to the Oscars, right? So, is the best film the one that always makes it, you know, as India's entry to the Oscar? 2005, Paheli. It was a Shah Rukh Khan film. That was India's official selection for the Oscars. But it's the same year that Swadesh released. And Swadesh was a far better film. How does this work?
Also.
Yeah, so how does this work? I mean, I'm sure the jury isn't biased, but do biases creep in any which way?
Look, Shreya, we live in the world of opinions, okay? The entire world of opinions. Opinions make people.
Okay. Okay, we genuinely seem to be having a terrible day today as far as links are concerned.
I guess I'm lucky.
Okay, Mr. Rai, please go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so these are all the opinions, and it's very surprising and shocking, Shreya. This is the first time कि अचानक मोदी और अमित शाह आ गए फिल्म की सिलेक्शन में. You know, I had very jokingly once said कि they said, do you think post 2014 there would be communal fractions? I said no. Post 2014 there would only be one communal fraction, and that would be I love Modi, I hate Modi, which I surprisingly see it coming through. See, which film goes is because of Modi and Amit Shah, and where does Gujarat come in from? You know, Shreya, maximum number of Oscar entries have gone from Maharashtra. So there was no cry then. All of a sudden, Gujarat comes into existence. Anyway, I don't want to get into that, you know. But there is a very profound jury, and a jury of 17 members that decides which film is going, and the names of the films that you took. Absolutely. I mean, the Dharma deserved to be there. But end of the day, you have to respect the jury. You have to respect the Supreme Court also. But there is a section of people, those who challenge the Supreme Court verdicts also. It is again their opinions about it, you know. So my only like this Gujarati film, what cello song?
Chhela Chalo, which means the last film show.
Chhela Chalo. I mean, RRR is very upset because a lot of people are upset because of RRR didn't go. But there are again a huge number of people, those who are very upset. Why didn't Kashmir Files go? Why did not Kashmir Files go? A small film that did it's not my opinion, but doesn't the film show a slice of the darkness in India? I mean, there are again people, those who have the opinions that Kashmir File is a fiction. It never existed. So my point is here, let us respect the jury. Let us just bow down to the jury. End of the day, it is a film for India. It brings pride to us. Gujarat or Kashmir or Telangana, or they don't. It's my India. Whichever film goes, fine. I mean, there is a jury which has worked hard on it, and it goes. I'm sure Modi और अमित शाह ने नहीं बोला होगा कि ये गुजराती है इसको पास करो.
Mr. Reddy, come in here. This is someone who's not, who doesn't have any political affiliations, coming in saying that to drag the BJP and to insinuate that it is Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah who have ensured that a Gujarati film gets an entry into the Oscars via the best film category that India is sending. That's way too far-fetched. Also, the other argument that will be made, and this is an argument that was made in Maharashtra when Vedanta's project went to Gujarat, that it's going to Gujarat only, it's not going to Pakistan. It is going to an Indian state only. This is an Indian film that is going in. Why look at it as a Gujarati film?
The issue
and
is...
yes, RRR was a huge hit. I mean, it's generated 2,000 crore rupees. The second biggest blockbuster this country has seen. But the biggest hit may not necessarily be the best fit for the Oscars, sir.
And Shreya, just...
Wait a minute. My point is, voicing out our opinion or giving our opinion is not disrespecting the jury only. That's one point. Initially, I have congratulated the makers. Why? Because it's an Indian movie. At the same time, the context KCR spoke about is that everything goes to Gujarat when other states get a raw deal in many occasions. How come Gujarat immediately become a better state for Vedanta and Foxconn to set up their establishment there when compared to Maharashtra, where it has huge amount of industry there? The question is, it's very clear there is bias, there is a partial approach towards Gujarat, because more or less, the Prime Minister of India is acting like a Prime Minister of Gujarat in many aspects. You help Gujarat, for when in flood situation, you don't help to other states. There are many political issues. That is the reason why. And Professor Nageshwar also has categorically said when we lost out the concern, he has mentioned, the railway coach factory and the Rio Center and all that has listed out. Here we are not disrespecting any filmmaker, neither the jury. But we feel that we lost. See, not only me, people from South India, there are many film critics, very reputed film critics, even from the North India. They expressed their displeasure and disappointment when RR was not chosen, for the nomination for the international film, whatever it is.
But
India to descend.
But that dismay and that disagreement has happened through the years. It has happened in 2005, it has happened in 2007, it has happened in 2013, it happened in 2019 when Gully Boy was sent. But it never became political. Here you've made it political.
We have not made it political. We are only trying to express what is our concern. And RRR was made by a Telugu film director, which was now appreciated by many film critics world over.
It was appreciated even in western part of the world. And my concern here is, since there was many impressions, rather many opinions from the critics. Okay, at the same time, politically, today the Gujarat, they are dominating in every aspect of the political decisions and all that. There's a concern. Now, my other friend was saying on the panel that we are scared of BJP because it is spreading in Telangana. I'm sorry. I think you need to get the right update at this point in time. Telangana BJP can never get its footprint properly.
The BJP...
Let them do anything it is. The question here is, the RRR, there are even concerns that the film which was chosen today is a remake. Okay, I don't know whether it is a remake. I am not confirming, neither I am supporting that statement. I am saying only people have doubts. End of the day, all of us, rather being Indians, we wish that the Indian nomination to get the award over other films of other countries, because this is only a best international feature film category, which is a non-English, say. So in that part, we don't have any doubts.
But we didn't have any doubts. Till we saw the tweet from your leader, sir. And then Amit Malviya.
The tweet says that Telangana BJP leaders does not have guts to ask their BJP bosses to get some projects or funds to Telangana rather than preferring to carry their chappals when they come. Isn't it fact that the state president of BJP carried chappals, rather stood number one in this race out of all other BJP leaders in Telangana to carry Amit Shah chappals. It's a fact. The entire country has seen it. So that's the kind of slavery they do. That's what we are trying to highlight. Now, Mr. Amit Malaviya says Liger. Liger is one of the best movies that was produced. The hero comes from a normal status before. He doesn't have any legacy like Mr. Jesha. He is not proposed by anyone there to propose him. Okay, it's a big movie. Again, Malavi had taken the examples of Pushpa and Bahubali, made by South Indian directors, particularly Telugu directors. They need to understand that. Even to glorify their own status, they have taken the examples of Telugu movies. That is the status of BJP leaders. So hence, I don't want to politicize much and push much into the political aspects of this movie. The context I am just trying to explain you. The context was to expose the BJP leaders' mindset in Telangana as well at the national level.
Mr. S. Sriram, but Amit Malviya has, yes, used the name of Liger, but he said, like Liger, the TRS is a dud. Why say that?
Mr. Reddy keeps on saying we are not politicizing, but he's politicizing every point. So let me. I need to draw a comparison for Mr. Reddy. Now, in the Padma Awards in the last 7 years or 8 years, you could not have got or you could not have given to the most deserving people that we saw in the last 8 years. Isn't that a very fair way of recognizing people who have contributed to this country? Unlike in the past, where the Bollywoods or the people who were close to the corridors of power and then were given as probably a gesture or probably some sort of a freebie. Now you have seen a very honest government which is only given, even the Padma Awards goes to the right people. So let us not have some sort of a cynical mind to say that everything goes to Gujarat, everything only happens in Gujarat. No, as I said earlier, I don't know whether you heard this. The Chinese
honest government.
Chinese meeting happened in Tamil Nadu.
Mr. Sriram, I'm sorry, I misquoted that one.
So if you're not able to convince Vedanta to be in your state, don't blame Gujarat, sir. Kindly work hard to get a bigger
Vedanta
company.
got convinced to set up their shop in Maharashtra. Later they shifted. If they would have not got convinced, why they initially announced it to be set up in Maharashtra? And you are talking about an honest government. Fine, that's your opinion. We have our own doubts. In a country where Adani makes 16-20 crores a day, and the country takes a loan of 3,000 crores a day. So we have our own doubts how the union government works. A government which sells PSUs on a daily basis. Okay. So you have your own opinions. We have our doubts. Let the people of the country decide. But the context was to expose the leaders of BJP, how they function. And 100% people of various states have doubts. How and why only the Chello Show is chosen over the best other films like RRR or a few other names.
But sir, but Mr. Reddy, there is someone who knows
What's wrong? Do you say that we don't have to say our opinions?
No, of course,
we are a democratic setup. We are a democratic country.
Absolutely. Who's stopping you? Who's stopping you? But the opinion has to be based on something, na? The fact is that RRR is a very good film. It has made 2,000 crore rupees. Absolutely. But it may not be the best fit for India to send to the Oscars. Let's just recognize that.
In our opinion, in the opinion of many critics in the world, RRR is the best film over Chello Show. Then why should not we say that?
Okay. Ravi Rai, would you want to come in here? Would you want to come in here? The biggest state. Okay. Ravi Rai, would you want to come in here? Just help me understand this. Will the biggest film of the year, the biggest blockbuster, one that has smashed records, etc., be better suited as an Oscar entry than, say, a small film that no one has heard about?
No. Now, Shreya, the very first thing, तो मुझे तो एक हंसी आ रही थी कि what platform I am sitting on. Is it about the Indian entry to Oscar or Modi? है ना? मतलब इतना भी क्या मोदी करना? Sir, I have never ever given a thought when the national awards are given कि ये गुजरात का है, ये पंजाब का है, ये बंगाल का है. We cherish those films and we cherish Adur Gopalakrishnan also. And the other point is, sir, listen to me carefully. The other point is, when these stars, the southern stars and the Bollywood when they dock up together for future to make bigger films, hum log ki kahan, where do we stand then? We are talking on their behalf and they are working together. They are making pan-India films. Where does that leave us? And wasn't Gujarat vibrant even before Modi ji became the Prime Minister? Gujarat was always very vibrant, wasn't it? I mean, Tata went to Gujarat from Bengal. So why, listen to me, why are we discussing this? Why are we discussing this? I mean, Bahubali didn't go for the Oscars and Rajamouli had no problem. He just smiled and said, ki my film reaches a larger and a wider audience. Why are we getting Modi and Amit Shah into this when Rajamouli has no issues? And you think this film RRR should have been, why not Kashmir Files, sir? I mean, a film made on the budget of 18 crores and earned 350 crores. If you are bringing in the revenues, then why not Kashmir Files, sir?
Mr. Reddy, I don't have too much time, but I think you want to respond, so I'll give you time to respond. And yes, Mr. Sriram, I'll give you time to respond as well, but sure. 20 seconds each, not more than that.
See, Mr. Ravi Rai and Mr. Sriram, I want you to understand that we are neither against Gujarat or any other state or any other film. The context here is that many other states lose out to Gujarat in many aspects. Since I'm a politician, I'll say this. It's our opinion. Films are films. Culture is culture. We respect it. And I congratulated the filmmakers. And today, since it is being nominated, we wish it to win the Best International Feature Film Category Award. And there are critics saying, there are foreign producers saying now who has taken the distribution in the West that the RRR will win in the general category. I don't know. I'm not much into movies. Okay, but however, I am here to tell you my opinions. The context is to expose the BJP wrongdoings, the BJP leaders we have functioning.
But you should have left the film out. You should have left that Gujarati film out. Such a small film about a young kid, and his love for movies. You should have left that out.
Shreya ji, 1 minute. मैं रवि राज जी को बोलना चाह रहा हूँ कि क्यों ये मोदी जी आ रहे हैं. आप एक एंकर को अपना जावेद अख्तर जी पूछना देखना था आपको कि suddenly the anchor says that चाय की बंडी. तो दिल्ली हो गया, स्वतंत्र दिवस हो गया, ये चाय की बंडी कहाँ से आ गई? तो हमारे देश में अभी हर चीज को चाय की बंडी से जोड़ा जाता है. तो हमको बोलना पड़ रहा है, तो आपको सुनना पड़.
चलिए ठीक है, but here's, I'll agree with you. That everyone is entitled to an opinion, and so is the TRS. There is no harm in that. Mr. Sriram, 20 seconds. My producer is saying we have to wrap up. 20 seconds.
No, I don't think.
Okay, 5 seconds to you.
My humble opinion would be, I don't think Oscars are based out of collections that the movie that generates. I'm sure the jury has its wisdom to identify a content that goes across a global era or platform, who decide on the content more than what it made as collections. So I love RR films. I love all my South Indian films.
But let the best film, let the best film represent. Let the best film represent the country. That is my only request.
Let's hope that one day, let's hope that one day an Indian film does end up winning the Oscar in the Best International category. We'll leave it there for the moment. Ravi Rai, I would have given you 5 seconds. Okay, go ahead.
Just 1 minute.
हाँ, बोलिए.
कि my friend from the TRS, just take this Gujarati film as Bharat Jodo, you'll feel better.
Absolutely. That's a good one.
हम देखिए कभी यहाँ कभी देखिए मतलब.
Sir.
We'll leave it there. My producer is getting very angry. Thank you, Mr. Sridhar Reddy. Good to have you on the show. SS Sriram, political analyst, and Ravi Rai, always good to have you on the show. I'm slipping into a quick break. There's some more news coming up on the other side. Do stay with us.